Karen Garner coming to y'all live and direct. Got my hater blockers on, you hear me? Nonetheless, today I want to speak on something that kind of took me for a whim. I was just watching Vlad TV and I saw that Az Fazion the Rat was on there speaking. I don't know how you spell his last name or how you pronounce it. I just know Az from, I'm going to start just referring to these guys as the characters in the movies. I'm not even giving them because people take it too personal, you know what I mean? It's not my fault these guys done what they done, man, in reference to dishonoring themselves. So it's only right that they become an example to the youngers of what not to do. I'm pretty sure if they had any honor in their heart, they wouldn't mind being the example to the youngers. But nonetheless, in a Vlad interview, Vlad asked him, he said, what did you do after you got killed? I mean, after you got shot, because I say killed because, you know, this guy keeps saying he left. He felt his soul leave his body and all that when he got shot. So Vlad asked him, you know, how did you feel? Like, he said he started hustling again. So Vlad asked him, what made you do that? He smirked and looked at the camera and said, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got to keep up with, hold up, pause for a second, homie. You the same individual, right? And I want the youngest, I don't even want to speak. I'm just using him, the character as the reference. I want the youngest to understand that this boy had just went through something real terribly. He had just got shot in his head and the whole house got killed by some individuals that, you know, used to mess with his sister. A guy used to mess with his sister that he put on. Whatever the case may be, he was still talking about hustling. Now, the chain of events that happened blows my mind. You have the youngin', and I'm not going to really speak on him. I'm not even going to say his name, but the youngin' who died and paid in full. I'm going to speak on it in the movie factor because I don't want to speak on it in the reality of it because, you know, my heart go out to a rich family for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even got to know him to have that type of honor for any human being, especially a child. But I look at Az and a lot of them dudes that was around as, you know, like kind of suspect too, not in reference to having anything to do with it, but at the end of the day, let's keep it 100, man. The youngin' won $500,000. Y'all all on tapes and, you know, y'all talking all this glamour and glitter and all this big money stuff on all these videos, but at the same token, where's the honor in y'all leaving that youngin' in there for $500,000? I hear y'all when y'all talk about how y'all spun the block with the brand new so-and-so. We was the first ones to come out that year with them and da-da-da-da-da. But where was the honor in that, man? I'm saying, like, the way y'all talking on these DVDs and the way y'all presenting yourselves in front of these young boys, y'all culture vultures, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all eating all the glamour and glitter up like it's all thorough and cool and y'all painting the picture, then 2 of y'all out of the 3 is rats, you know what I'm saying? Nobody don't know what Rich Porter might have been at this time. They say he was before his time and everything he done. So you never know. Rich might have been an individual who probably changed his life by now. We don't know. But at the end of the day, I see 2 individuals, man, that y'all shine. It wouldn't be no story. Alpo talking about it wouldn't be no story without me. No, it'll be a story with Rich. Yeah, it will be a story with Rich. I gotta rep that with honor because at the end of the day, when I watched the movie, honestly, Rich was the one that had the honor intact. You know what I'm saying? Poe was a dude who was flamboyant and he was just overboard. He went too far. You could tell he was going to tell. Only individuals that perform like that. You're not a dancer. You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to understand something. When I'm doing this for these youngins, and guess what? A lot of these other dudes, they ain't going to put their face all over this. You hear me? These dudes scared. They'll talk about a rap behind their back. I'm one in my city. Everybody know. If you don't know, you know now. But I'm one that when I was in the feds, when I was in the state, whenever it was a rat, I called them on it. You hear me? I called them on that. You know why? Real men honor me. I've had rats admit to their wrong and say, you know what? We're going to stay over here and we honoring the fact that y'all over there. And we won't come over there. You know what I'm saying? Federal joints everywhere. I don't got to get into all that because that ain't the story. The story is the fact that these dudes take advantage of love and honor. They'll take advantage of a thorough dude like Rich Porter, right? And want his name all over everything. And guess what they won't do? They won't honor his family. You see what I'm saying? You got to respect what his sister was saying. All these niggas, look at what, you hear it all over the ears what she's saying. And I felt that deep. All these niggas using my brother's name to do this, that, and the third. Ain't none of these niggas blah with a bag. I'm going to tell you like this, man. And this is based off honor, man. The Honor Your Life campaign supports anything with positivity. You hear me? So if anybody that they know that's into something positive that want to reach out to King Earner, come on, let's go. And we don't got to record that. What I'm recording is the fact that AZ, the character, he was more or less an individual that was selfish, man. You know, he was selfish in a good way. No, let's use the word greedy. He wasn't greedy. I mean, he was greedy, but he wasn't selfish. Let's use that. Let's make some sense out of this. He wasn't selfish because he knew how to feed the wolves. See, that's what you call an individual who his plan is to do that. That's his goal. His goal is to make sure he feed the wolves, to make sure everything is off of him. So had Alpo not went to the extent he went to get out by giving Wayne Perry up, because that was his only get out card. Think about it. Alpo ain't had no get out card. They gave him that much freedom for one man, really. Oh, but I'm sorry. There's a lot of people on this internet speaking about Alpo and speaking about how he was out D.C. claiming to be a thoroughbred. But what he was doing was destroying their communities by him being a rat. Bottom line, you ain't making man, the whole story is just confusing to me, and I'm glad that I'm thankful to Allah that I wasn't ever put in them positions. And I want the youngest to understand that those positions is the positions I'm talking about. AZ took and went to someone's house and said, let me put some drugs in here. Now he put the drugs in there, right? And the drugs is popping. Before you know it, somebody want to get to you. Somebody got to him in there. They killed everybody in the house. The only thing he can say is the reason why he told on those individuals, right, is because of what? It's because it was innocent individuals in the house. Let me get y'all understanding. Anybody that's involved in the streets, anybody, I don't care who you are, if you involve yourself in the streets, you're a part of it. And you're going to get everything, whether it's the robbery, the stick-up boys, or whether it's the regular police. Bottom line, or the feds, it don't matter. Whichever one it is, you have to deal with that. You see? And whichever crime, if it's coming towards you and somebody trying to harm you, you have to deal with that also. You know? And respectfully, and I'm glad it didn't happen to avoid people from dying, but AZ, if you was a man of honor, you were supposed to return the same disrespect they gave you. You were supposed to return that disrespect. But you didn't. You rather told because you knew you couldn't beat on no level with them guys. So you rather told. And then what's more poison than anything about that is that after you done told, you want to sell drugs. It all blows my mind in this time. It all makes me think why. And they're not too much younger than me. They might be a little older than me. I don't know. I didn't look that far. But I know their characters, their examples should be good enough examples for the youngest to say, don't go that route no more, man. Don't. It's not worth it. It's the reason why I say it's not worth it is because the stakes are too high. You're not winning at all, period. No money is worth losing your life. You know what I'm saying? But if you understand that they had all that money back in them times, right? And they was very advanced for their ages to be hustling and getting that type of money, right? But if they didn't do nothing with their money, what you think dudes is doing with their money now? More than nothing, because ain't nobody got no classes to give them no understanding. Take that money and invest it in some property and something that's going to grow a lot bigger. That's what the parents have to understand, and you have to teach that to your children at home right now. You can't wait till later, or you can't really wait to me, or you can just turn the camera around to them. I may cuss a word here and there. Notice I don't cuss a lot. I don't have to get my point across. These guys are the examples of that. Rich Porter, good dude, hell of a hustler, know how to get all the money, know how to get all the women. Good dude. AZ, don't know how to get all the women, don't know how to get all the girls. Worked in the cleaners all his life, or whatever, how long ever he want to correct it. It does not matter. What matters is the fact that these two were supposed to be cool, AZ and Rich Porter. Here comes Alpo. And what ends up happening is, it's always somebody going to poison it. But who's to say that that AZ didn't already poison the relationship between him and Rich before Alpo even came on? Whatever the case may be, a lot of weak points got understood here. They didn't want to put up no money for the youngin', right? These dudes kidnapped him, right? I ain't talking about Rich. I'm saying, like, things happen. And when them things happen, your homie should be able to help you. And AZ claimed to be the biggest kingpin or whatever at the time. He should have been able to put that grip up then, man. You on all on the social media saying how, oh, no, them cats ain't even getting no real money. So if them cats ain't getting no real money, and you was getting all this money, and you was supposed to have been overriching them, why you couldn't have give up two and a half, 1.5? Why he got to even get 50,000 from somebody, man? I be damned, and I ain't even in the streets no more. But I be damned if one of my brothers or one of my homies or one of my closest friends tell me that they're in a bad situation and their child is kidnapped and I ain't giving up my all, huh? I'd try to sell my homes if I could. Y'all guys got things mixed up and y'all got life mixed up. My honor is always intact. The reason why y'all at the bottom of these comments complaining and upset, because y'all the weak ones. The ones that's crying under the comments and wanting to rock out with the rats, y'all the weak ones, man. I don't care if an enemy was to watch this. An enemy will honor this. You know why? An enemy will honor this? Because the truth is the truth. The best understanding is to show these individuals that was in our past that done wrong, man. Make them an example. You speak to the people with their understanding. And everybody only understand tough, rough, and all the shoot 'em up, bang, bang, money with all the women's stories. So I give them the under stories that's already been played in the movie theater. And guess what I do? I give them the understanding that's reality, that's real life. They don't just make these movies just because. They got to get characters from dudes in the streets. They got to get characters of people with that type of mindset and that type of aura in order to play them parts. Majority of them, more than 95% if you take a look at them. You see? So once that happens, the youngins get to see, damn, if I go that avenue, I'm going to get killed probably. If I go that avenue, I'm going to go to jail. This is what these movies should be for. This is what we should be planting in these kids' heads. Because everybody talking about, oh man, I shouldn't let my child, it's the movies, it's the rappers, it's the actors and all that. Come on, man. Nah, you can't tell Denzel how to get his money. You hear me? Just like I can't tell a drug dealer how to get their money. But what I can tell them is this. Today should be their last day. You know why? You don't never win. Every time it's a lose-lose situation. You hear me? Even when you're winning, you're losing because you never know where that seed is being planted, where there's a rat, where there's an individual who's talking about doing something or harming you. Whether it's physically or mentally. Jail is mentally. You should know that already if you're in the streets because it should be something that you embraced already. You see? If you in the streets, jail should be something that you understood. Death also. But a lot of us, including myself, never honored that. If anything, I'm going to defend till I can't defend no more. You're going to have to go all the way out overboard to put me all the way down. Because at the end of the day, I got things to live for. Now, if I didn't, it'd be easy for me just to and die. No, I got honor. My thing is defense and put down if it comes down to it. Because you know why? My lane is to help. Anybody coming in my path is looking to hurt or harm me. They don't got no honor in their veins. So at the end of the day, they got to get what's coming to them. But more than anything, you can't stop the honor. The truth is, I don't care what type of gangster you is. You don't want your child to grow up like that. I don't care what type of G you is. If you a real man, you don't want your child to be a G. I was just listening to something with Snoop Dogg talking about Crips and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he had to choose that life because that's the neighborhood he grew up in. But I bet you he ain't going to let his sons run around speaking like that. And if they did, he might have backed them. But guess what? He's not going to influence them to do so. So that's what the goal is. The goal is to help them understand and see that that's not the way to go. But you have to use something. It have to be something. It can't be just you telling them this. Because if you just telling them this, guess what? They only listening. And as soon as they leave you, everything that's going on out in the streets begin to happen in a broad way. And y'all miss that. But I don't. I'm King Earner from the Honor Your Life campaign. I restore honor in the hearts of people. I'm rebuilding what I once destroyed. And guess what? It's working. It is working. And guess how far it's gone? Across the world. And y'all missing it. Y'all not seeing it. Y'all only want to dig it and understand when y'all think lights, camera, and action coming. But guess what? I'll never sell my soul on that end neither. It's always going to be playing, whether it's a podcast, rather I'm here, rather if I'm in a school speaking, or rather I'm in a community speaking. I'm coming like this. You know why? If it ain't work, whereas though it's business, and I'm on some colleague thing, and we got to come like that as a corporation, I'm coming raw. I'm coming me. I'm coming understanding. I'm coming forgiving. But I'm not going to plant that in these kids' head to get into crime in order for them to recycle crime, get in jail, tell, and continue to do the wrong things. You'll find that these confidential informants and people like them that get in trouble and get 5K1s, they ain't out of the jail more than anybody, man. They just got a pass. I'm looking at you and telling you, youngin', you been in jail, you ain't getting no passes. Stop it now. I'm telling you, little sister, look, man, don't even follow that guy. Follow your own things. Don't follow the things you need to do in life. Go do something right. I don't care what it is. Get you a gig, man, in order to get that EIN number. I'm King Earner from the Honor Your Life campaign. Guess what? Restore honor. We ain't doing no fraud. All rats have no honor. Leave them to themselves. Don't do nothing to them because guess what? Their soul will tell on you.